Hello, and welcome to round 2 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of October 10th. I'm Terry Morrow, and I'm here with Kaitlyn Oleko.
Hello.
Usually on this podcast, we talk about parenting issues, but once a week, Kaitlyn and I like to get together to discuss TV, movies, books, and other entertainment topics because it's nice to talk about something other than parenting for a change. This week, we continued with Season 2 of Rutherford Falls and waltzed into Week 4 of Dancing with the Stars, Season 31. And you know what? As long as there is a mother and a daughter on this show, it's kind of parenting.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
This is a good topic for us. Would you go onto a dancing show with your daughter when you know your daughter is like pretty much a professional and is going to make you look bad every single week? Oh, you go, D'Amelios. You're going to be here for a very long time.
Yep.
All right. So this was Disney Plus night. No, not Disney night like they always do. Disney Plus night because now it's on Disney Plus.
Synergy.
And sadly, there was no Baby Yoda dance as we assumed. Last week.
Really thought we were going to get a Baby Yoda dance.
And Jessie James Decker had only a very long, ridiculous wig. The terrible costume of the night went to her partner. Alan was under there somewhere.
Yes.
But that's a character from the movie, I think.
Yes, it is. From Hocus Pocus.
And who was it? Gabby got the green makeup. So the body makeup, they must have gotten like a new body makeup machine.
Right, because also Charlie was yellow for Marge Simpson.
Oh, yes.
And then Gabby was green for, what's her name from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Seems unnecessary to me, but okay.
Yes.
Val did have kind of a Chris Prattish look to him, I will say.
He did.
He did good with the...
And some of the others, you know how there's always the joke that, you know, every Halloween costume is like the sexy version.
Yes.
And there's even a song in the Broadway show Mean Girls about it. Actually, a very funny song about it. Uh-huh. There's like a sexy shark and sexy dinosaur. But this was like sexy Hamilton costume and sexy race car driver.
Yes. Yes. It was a bit of a thing.
I really like Wayne and Whitney, but I don't see what the judges saw in that Hamilton dance.
No. And it was hard for me to focus on the dance, honestly, because the version of the song they were playing was just sucked all the power out of it.
Yeah, that
like
is very
jazz
true.
Version of Wait For It.
It was no Leslie Odom Jr., that's for sure.
I was going, why couldn't they do a good version of this song for them to dance to?
Yeah.
It was, and so it just sort of, the dance just seemed kind of, okay, you know, blah.
Yeah.
And is not going to make anybody want to go turn on Hamilton because that's not what the music sounds like, people.
No.
That song is just extremely compelling and powerful. And this was kind of like just not. And I'm trying to figure out what it is about Wayne that's not working. It looks like he's not having any fun. I mean, not in this particular number because it wouldn't be a fun number, but there's sort of like an enthusiasm missing. Like either he's not sure he should have done this, or he's afraid he's going to do badly and embarrass himself or something.
That's what he keeps saying.
Kind of let go and have a good time, man.
You're always at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah. I mean, the judges seem to not have any reservations about him. I don't. So because he's not somebody who is into it and not as good, such as Joseph, for example, is more fun to watch than somebody who's better but just looks like they just aren't excited about it for some reason. Whitney needs to give him a pep talk or something.
Loosen him up a little.
Yeah, yeah, because he's just not sparking. Although, you know, the judges love him, so... And I still want him to do well. I want him to do better. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, I expected you to be more fun, and you're not. And Vinny, I guess they got our memo that
they were too mean.
Diss him that hard, people are going to vote for him out of pity. And they were nice to him, and I thought his dance was perfectly enjoyable.
To a movie that I don't know how many people have seen that movie. I have, and I think it's cute, but yes. I don't know. they didn't give him a well-known property to work with.
They didn't. Yes, they're not doing him any favors, but he seems to keep floating. So he's got people voting for him, including me. He's now one of the people I'm voting for, just because he seems to be having a good time and have the right attitude about it and trying hard, and that's great. It's last week I wondered if he was going to be the Bobbie Bones of this season, and later on the Bobbie Bones show, Bobbie was complaining that people were saying that, so it wasn't just me. And he's like, it's kind of insulting. Keep me out of it. It's like, well, I don't necessarily just mean that it's somebody who doesn't dance well but is going far. I mean, he also has the same as I felt with Bobbie, has a good attitude and tries hard and knows what show he's on. Right. Speaking of Bobbie Bones, when Sam did that dance to was The Greatest Showman, that was the song that Bobbie used for his finale. And it was ridiculous and silly.
His freestyle.
So fun. Yeah. And so I just I can't help but think of that when I hear that song now. And Sam was just sort of tootling around the dance floor with zero charisma.
Well, the Paso Doble is like the just stomp here, now stomp there, now stomp over here.
Yes. So no surprise that so long, Sam. It
was time.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that there should be a rule. Your second time in the bottom two. So long. But
they really scared me for a minute when Daniel was in the last three.
Do we think he was really in the last three?
I mean, they said this is not the order. It's just the order that they read them.
I always wonder if the third person is. Yeah, I hope he's not. But boy, they were hard on him tonight.
Yeah, they were.
That was not nice.
I mean, remember last season, Tyra would just constantly say, in no particular order, over and over again.
I mean, I thought their dance was fine, especially for a guy who, can't hear the music. Yeah. I thought he did amazing. And it's like Lynn was objecting to the High School Musical content in the High School Musical dance. Kind of have to do that, I think.
Right, if you're going to make them do these crossover things.
And why did he had like a Letterman's jacket on top, but then it was cut on the bottom like a suit jacket?
Yeah. That was weird.
Why? Is there a reason why you have to dance in a jacket of that sort?
Yeah, I don't know.
It looked silly. But, everybody's got to have their week where they get dumped on by the judges, I guess. And so, and then they can come back stronger the next week.
Right. Then next week they get... no matter what they do, they're going to be praised extravagantly.
Yeah, but it looked like he was really upset about the scores, but I couldn't tell if it was that or if he was thinking of the kid or the whole kid thing I maybe could have done without, but still, it was sweet. I think they'll hang around, I hope.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching him dance. And let's see, anybody else particularly... Boy, that dance with Mark and Charlie was all nines only because it was in week 3. That could have been a troop dance.
Yeah.
Ringer. But she at least was emoting this time. She looked like she was having a good time, and she was really playing it up. So.
Yeah, and then they got to, of course, play her clip of the time she was on The Simpsons.
Yes.
Like everyone who has any sort of bit of notoriety is going to turn up on The Simpsons at some point.
Is it TikTok notoriety, though? We're down to that now.
Well, the show has been on for 35 years, so...
They've used up everybody.
They really have. They have, I think.
Oh, my. Well, Sasha and Selma's dance was predictably adorable, just as Kermit assured us.
Yes.
He said Sasha was adorable. I don't think he said Selma was adorable, but of course she is.
Yes.
And I was very glad that she didn't have to dress up like Miss Piggy and Sasha didn't have a Kermit head on or something like that.
Right.
So, just let them go with the sporty suspenders and pants.
Suspenders and like saddle shoes. They were cute.
Tumbling around, and that was very cute.
Yes.
As we knew it would be.
Yeah.
That's their thing.
Mm-hmm. And what else?
I could see the complaints they were making about Joseph's dance, that some of the lifts and twirls and gymnastical stuff that she was doing was a little stiff. A little out of practice.
Yeah.
But still, I thought it was better than the things that were scored the same.
Right. Yeah.
So I think he was too low. But
he used your line, like, using Daniela's going to use me as a jungle gym, which I believe you have said in the past.
Yes. Yeah, I like him. I really do. I didn't expect to, but he's cool.
Yeah, he's sweet.
Yes. The right attitude.
Yes.
So.
We didn't talk about Heidi, Mother D'Amelio, and Mary Poppins.
Again, she was fine. It was good. I don't care.
That's why we didn't talk about it. Len got to complain about the umbrella.
I think they needed to toss the umbrella way earlier because it was super awkward.
Yeah.
Gabby and Belle's dance was very good. I still don't like her, but I can't deny that was a good dance. They looked good.
Shangela, the Princess and the Frog, Charleston.
Was very fun.
That was fun.
That was.
I like the Charlestons. Usually those are fun.
Yeah, they did a good job. That was a fun number. But they got to have the actual person who sang the song sing the song. Was there nobody in all the different troops of Hamilton who could come and sing?
Stop by and sing this song,
I bet some of them would like to be on TV. I feel like they could have made that happen.
Yeah.
Or had a recording of Wayne singing it from when he did it.
Yeah.
How hard is this?
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, you don't want to hate on Ray Chu live, but that didn't work.
It really did not.
I mean, just when it's so well known for Leslie Odom Jr.'s version of that song on the cast album. So
I feel like I need to go listen to that now, just to cleanse my palate from whatever the heck that was.
Yes.
So I predict much brooding in Trevor's package next week.
Yes. Because it's most memorable year.
Oh, it's most memorable year, and what else is it? Because they're doing a 2-dayer just to mess us up.
Yes. Prom night /
These people are not ready to do 2 days. They're just doing it because they know it'll mess us up. Yeah. We see you Dancing with the Stars.
Tyra.
Yes, let's bring Tyra.
They said dance marathon is back. What is that supposed to mean?
I have no idea.
Okay, so that's not like a thing from the past that I'm supposed to have heard of.
I don't think so. Maybe it is, though maybe it is. We shall see. But anyway, so next week we will be dropping our round 2 on Wednesday and having a regular episode on Tuesday. But we will say that again at the end of the episode in case you forget. And we'll say it next week a lot. But one nice thing about watching this on Disney Plus that maybe some other streamers could learn from is the no commercials in the streaming. And really no commercials if you're paying for it. That's a very nice thing. Mm-hmm. Whereas for the next show we're going to talk about, a sunny little sitcom, in the middle of it, they had a commercial for the Halloween movie with Jamie Lee Curtis being terrified, and you couldn't fast forward through it because it was a commercial in a streaming show, and I was not happy with that. That was not cool. Mm-hmm. I am so glad I don't have to worry about that between the dances. It just... Right. The worst that's going to happen to me on Dancing with the Stars is a really boring package. Or somebody that I don't like doing well.
Right.
But anyway, the show we're talking about with the unfortunate commercial would be Rutherford Falls. We watched Season 2, Episode 5, Adirondack S3. And... what this episode basically, I mean, there's a little bit of continuity because you do have Nathan and Bobbie trying to get money for Bobbie's mayoral campaign from Rutherford Inc. And so there's some storyline there, which we will get to. But basically what this episode is, let's take some time out of our 8-episode season to just editorialize about what's wrong with Yellowstone and also just entertainment in general.
of which we are, a part.
I don't know. It's just, okay, good points. Thank you for that little infomercial. But didn't you have some stories you wanted to continue? Nathan does mention the Deirdre being pregnant, and there's like a little lip service to the various plots that they've got simmering. But most of it is this completely extraneous little swat at another TV show.
Yeah, and the resolution of it really, the idea is that Reagan and Terry go to be the consultant to consult on this show to try to help them portray Native people more accurately or whatever. And, when it becomes clear that the showrunners are just have them there to say like, oh, look what we did. Terry decides to basically like sabotage it by making it as stereotypical as possible. And Reagan thinks this is a great idea, and it does have the effect of the show getting criticism for what it's doing. But like Terry was the one, I just feel like, doesn't that come back to haunt him? Isn't there somebody... Isn't the showrunner going to immediately shove him out in front and say, well, he said it was fine? Right. Like, how does that not work?
I guess make his case that they weren't going to do it right, and so I wanted to highlight how wrong they were doing, and maybe that'll work for him, and maybe that wouldn't, but...
That's a pretty nuanced, that's not the way cultural criticism works,
No. Also, do I believe Terry saying... it's more important than the money? No. I think it's been very well established, that nothing is more important than the money, that his daughter should be selling the things that she's making. And I would think that he would find a plan that would involve him also still getting money. It just seemed like people at Rutherford Falls wanted to make this point. And so they would put their characters in service of making this point. Right. And point made, I guess. Did we not know that probably some of these things were problematic? Okay.
And I've never watched.
I never watched that.
I haven't either, so
nothing about it. And I had to go onto IMDb and make sure there were indigenous characters in it, just to make sure that that's really what they were swiping at. So. All right. It seems like an odd use of your limited time. Now, I guess they didn't know that they wouldn't have a third season, but...
but they did know they only had an 8-episode season for this one.
I mean, when you have 22 episodes of television, the way it used to be, absolutely you have 2 or 3 of these in your season. Because TV is hard to make, and it takes a lot of time, and every now and then you just have to... there are episodes of West Wing that somebody just had a bee on their bonnet, and they decided to tackle this particular issue for no other reason than they felt like it. But there were a lot of episodes. They had episodes to burn. And this show so does not. Right. And is there really no other way to make that point than to do this?
Apparently
not.
I
would hope so. But it just felt like such a digression. But it does. We did get the return of Josh, who looked different to me. Did he look different to you, or have I just not seen him in such a long time?
I feel like he was... The beard was a little bushier.
Okay.
There
was something, just his appearance was different to me. But really, it's been a while. How you doing? And...
He has regrets, Terry. That's how he's doing.
And all those who want to now see a Josh, Reagan, Nelson triangle, please raise your hand. Anyone? No. Especially with like three
episodes left. Yeah, I mean, I was glad that Reagan nipped it in the bud and was like...
Apparently, although I see on IMDb that he's in a couple more episodes. So I did what you did. Spoilers! Because I noticed his name was in the credits, and I think that this guy's name has been in the credits all season. And has he been in an episode? Right. I guess he was in a couple episodes early on, but not much. Yeah. Okay. I really could have, glad the actor got a paycheck, but I could have done without that. So I could have done without pretty much everything in this episode. The Rutherford Falls, the Rutherford Inc. stuff was kind of interesting, but also still taking pot shots at companies with stupid names.
Yes, and also, is this what we want to teach young Bobbie about how the world works, even though it is how the world works? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It was fun, though, that Bobbie kept referencing Scandal.
Yes. The proper frame of reference for dealing with a corporation.
Right. And also that there was basically an okay boomer, I'm not a boomer moment. I enjoyed that.
Yes. So, I don't know. I found it generally skippable. Mm-hmm. Although the mayorals, we'll see how Rutherford Inc. or Zunis or whatever it is now getting involved has any future impact on storylines. I also have we established Feather Day as somebody who has big bucks? Or anybody in the town having big bucks that would support her?
I mean...
How is her... And, I mean, from last episode to this, her poster is, everywhere.
Yes.
Buses, trash cans, benches, everywhere you turn, there's a picture of her.
I mean, I guess it's all that gym money.
How much
That's a lot of gym memberships.
Man, I mean, I would think that the casino owner Terry would have bigger bucks to pour into his candidate than Feather Day would have access to, but maybe she's independently wealthy and just...
Well, and also he's going to spend very strategically, right?
That is true. So, all right. There it is. Rutherford Falls, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Next episode is Halloween. Not Halloween the movie, just Halloween the episode of Rutherford Falls, with hopefully no commercials for Halloween the movie. Come on!
I don't know. You're going to have to be careful when you watch it. Be ready to
I guess I could have muted it, but then I would have to watch it to know when to unmute it. No! It's too hard. Stop it. Next week we will be watching not one, but 2 episodes of Dancing with the Stars, just because they can. And so we will have this episode not on Tuesday, but on Wednesday.
That's right.
So you'll have to wait.
Wait an extra day.
A whole day.
But on the other hand, you'll get your weekly complaining early.
That's true. That's good. That's nothing to complain about. And that is going to be it for our round 2 today. Please subscribe to our Parenting Roundabout podcast so you won't miss any of our episodes. We have something new for you every weekday. As always, you can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com. Goodbye, Catherine.
Bye, Terry.
Goodbye, everybody.